son Collins Mnangagwa scooped a top business award at a local ceremony held in Harare last Friday in what critics say reflects the growing culture of ingratiation towards the first family by business seeking state favors. Collins' twin brother, Major Sean Mnangagwa of the Presidential Guard, received the Super Platinum Award for Technology, Innovation and Next Generation Leadership on behalf of ZIMC and Investments, where he serves as board chairman. The honor was bestowed at the Zimbabwe CEO's Network 2025 Grand Final Awards Zimbabwean History Book. However, observers and governance watchdogs argue that such accolades have become tools for political patronage bestowed on individuals aligned with the ruling elite in hopes of securing government tenders, regulatory protection, or tax exemptions. Zvigananda, the organizer of the awards, has previously been accused of using the platform to flatter powerful political actors. Collins and Sean Mnangagwa have increasingly assumed influential roles within their father's political and economic networks. Senior government sources say the pair routinely acts as the president's gatekeepers, demanding up to $50,000 from business people seeking access to Mnangagwa for investment discussions, a practice allegedly sanctioned by the First Lady Auxilia Mnangagwa. Major Sean Mnangagwa, who recently joined his father's close security entourage, has been present on numerous local and international trips alongside Collins, where the brothers allegedly negotiated private business deals under the guise of official government delegations. Their growing influence forms part of what analysts describe as family-based state capture, with the Mnangagwas now involved in gold mining, chrome, lithium, and fuel procurement and large-scale infrastructure contracts. In a statement congratulating Collins, ZIMC and Investments hailed the award as a recognition of the company's exceptional impact and innovation, touting its multiple previous owners in mining and corporate governance circles. The company also celebrated awards for its subsidiaries, including KGK, which took home the Gold Award for outstanding drilling and exploration services. These accomplishments are just the latest in a series of prestigious recognitions, the company would say, listing accolades including Mining Projects of the Year, ICPMZ, Mining Sector Supply Chain Excellence, ISCPMZ, and Collins personal honors as Board Chairperson of the Year and Young Corporate Director of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's top story straight out of Zimbabwe's Only in Zimbabwe Files. Just in, Mike Chimombe and Moses Mpofu have officially been sentenced to a combined 27 years in the big house because apparently the presidential goat scheme wasn't a giveaway program, it was a takeaway program. The judge basically said, "You two were trusted to deliver 85,000 goats to the poorest villages in the country. You delivered 4,208 goats and pocketed the change, which at the exchange rate was about $7.4 million worth of change. That's not a tender, that's a haste with extra bleating. Meh." Moses Mpofu walks away with an effective 15 years. That is after the judge kindly knocked off a few years off for good behavior. Brother, you still have got to go inside first. Mike Chimombe gets 12 years, but he can shave off a couple of more if he cops up almost $1 million in restitution. So basically, pay to play just became pay to leave early. The prosecutor came in hot. "Your Honor, these gentlemen just didn't steal money from the poor. They stole from the poorest of the poor. Translate that pain into prison time starting at 20 years because that's the going rate when you turn poverty alleviation program into a personal ATM." And get this, to win the tender, they submitted fake tax clearances and a fake NASA certificate. So, not only did they steal the goats, they ghosted the taxman too. These guys weren't just playing 4D chess, they were playing Grand Theft Goto. the whole country is like, finally, somebody rich and connected is actually going to jail. Meanwhile, Mpofu and Chimombe have already filed appeals faster than you can say, humbug. So ladies and gentlemen, tonight we raise a glass to Justice Chiwenga, for reminding everyone that in 2025, if you're going to steal from palace to prison, the dress code is now orange jumpsuits, and the only thing getting passed on is the soap in the shower. Mike and Moses, enjoy your free accommodation, fellas, and remember, in prison, the goats are imaginary, but the sentences are very, very real. Now some say one man's meat is another man's poison, but I've never heard of anybody who got dead after eating meat. Some think that one man's bad misfortune is good riddance for them. Now this is a final boss level of political drama happening in Zimbabwe. You know, ZANU-PF, here and there, they actually do something, reshuffles. Now this time, they just fire one guy to please you all. Yes, sir. What happens? Who is this guy? We're talking of the Minister of Gold, ladies and gentlemen. Now, first we see 8 December 2025. It's Monday morning. The location, a sleepy conference center in Masvingo. And the victim, Winston Chitando, Zimbabwe's Minister of Mines and Mining Development for the last 8 years. He is in Masvingo doing what ministers do, eating hotel eggs and pretending to read a PowerPoint about lithium. Now picture the scene. Winston is wearing his best "I definitely read the slides" face, sipping terrible hotel coffee, nodding along to a presentation titled Strategic Synergy with Lithium Value Chain. He thinks it was just another Monday. It was not just another Monday. His phone buzzes. It's the president's office, and the message: pack your bags and go. By lunchtime, boom, he is out. No warning, no goodbye cake, no thanks for the gold. Just 2 lines, 2-line press release that reads like it's a breakup text. His Excellency has removed Honorable Winston Chitando with immediate effect. KTHX by. At approximately 11:42 a.m. local time, while Winston is probably debating whether to take a second helping of said scrambled eggs, the president's office drops the most ice-cold press release in African history. 2 sentences, no emojis, no "we wish him well in his future endeavors," just "His Excellency the President has, in terms of the Constitution, removed Honorable Winston Chitando from the position of Minister with immediate effect." Immediate effect? That means by the time Winston got back to his room, the locks on his office were already changed. His portrait was in the trash, and his official Toyota Prado was doing donuts in the parking lot with the new guy inside. Meet the new Minister of Mines, Polite Kambumura. Yes, that is his government name, Polite. I'm not making this up. The man in charge of billions of dollars in blood diamonds and battery metals is literally named Polite. Somewhere in the dark room, a screenwriter just threw his laptop out the window because reality beat him to the joke. Now, why does this matter to you, the person currently doom scrolling on a phone that contains Zimbabwean lithium? Because Winston wasn't just another guy. He was the goalie standing between the country's mineral wealth and a swarm of very hungry hyenas in designer suits, and apparently he blocked one too many shots sources, insiders, people who text me from banner WhatsApp accounts say Winston's fatal mistake was refusing to hand over certain lithium concessions to President Mnangagwa's inner circle. You know, the usual suspects, mysterious businessmen who are definitely not relatives, definitely not laundering money, and definitely not flying private jets to Dubai every weekend with suitcases that do not go through the scanner. Allegedly, one of these businessmen looked Winston dead in the eye and said, "Brother, let's be reasonable." Winston said, "No." And in Zimbabwean politics, no is the fastest way to become a former minister. This man survived 8 years of Al Jazeera exposés, gold smuggling scandals, Chinese mining riots, and even got thrown in jail for 90 days back in 2020 for contempt of court and walked out like a legend. But the second he told the president's friend, "Nah, fam," it was lights out faster than a Netflix cancellation. And the timing, suspiciously perfect. Zimbabwe is sitting on the world's 5th largest lithium reserves. Tesla, Samsung, your AirPods, everybody wants in. Winston was pushing this whole "we're gonna refine it locally" agenda. Very noble, very patriotic. Also, very bad for anyone who makes their real money smuggling raw or out the back door at 3 a.m. Spoof, gone. New Sheriff Polite Kambomura rose in, probably already has a new licenses printed. Fun fact, in Zimbabwe, when they say immediate effect, they mean immediate. By Tuesday morning, Winston's official Twitter bio already said geologist, former minister. Romans 8:28, that is the Bible verse 4. It is what it is, but God is still good. Look, I've been doing this show long enough to know one thing. When a mining minister gets fired with no explanation in a country drowning in minerals on Monday, right before Christmas, somebody just hit the jackpot. And I'm sure as hell he wasn't Winston. So ladies and gentlemen, today let us all raise a glass to the realest dude in Harare, currently picking boxes and wondering if Pick and Pay is hiring geologists. Winston Chitando, wherever you are, whatever you do, stay strong, king. The lithium was never yours to keep anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings everybody watching us live right now. Are we seeing the promotion of Zimbabwe Vice President Chiwenga? What does this mean in Zimbabwe politics, ladies and gentlemen? We see the wife makes a poster here captioned "Chef graduated from first stage catechism to second stage. He is now studying to be Saint Joseph. Makorokoto Soko. Like Saint Joseph, you must love your family, protect and care for them, which you are doing so well." This is where we're seeing the Vice President at right about now. What does this mean for Zimbabwe? Does this mean anything? Ladies and gentlemen, we're seeing a whole lot is happening in Zimbabwe politics. We see Zimbabwe President of the Senate, Mabel Chinomona, under fire on social media following a video where she makes really damning and shocking utterances. We see one, Karina Mjati writes, "Mabel Chinomona is not merely an embarrassment to leadership. She is a case study of how power decays when it falls into the hands that make noise for authority. Every time she speaks, she performs her own autopsy, exposing the competence, greed, and ideological bankruptcy." Ideological bankruptcy meaning kuti munhu asingaziye zvake asina kana zvaanoziya. So, what does she say in her video? This is the video here.
But it's just women's league yeZANU-PF. Tinogona ende tinotyisa. Ukasatamba nesu chaizvo. Uchitaura nesu zvinonzwika. Obva watoziva kuti tinokunoka out. But
tinokunoka out. Those are death threats. May God reward her according to her sowing.
Mufaro wakanyanya. Nekuti 2030 yatsigirwa. Mamotikari, mari, maiona makadbox mapepa emari. Ari kupika mapepa emari timboratidza wanawo. Tapiwa mari yekuti kutadza nekukoniwa kuita basa remusangano. Zvinenge zvaakurewa kuti tawa maduche isusu tiri kuhondo taiti madutye. Munhu asina chaanogona. But isusu women's league yeZANU-PF tinogona ende tinotyisa. Ukasatamba nesu chaizvo.
I've been watching videos on the untold stories of Chiwenga. It's very disturbing what really happened, ladies and gentlemen, and where we are right now. Can we be expecting anything? This is very sad and disturbing. Who these guys think they are? Alright, fellow Zimbabweans, this is where we are right now. All I can say is, let us not lose hope. Of course, we are living in a Zimbabwe that is the making of these guys. But they are not our creators. They are not our gods. They are not our gods. And we will not die not having lived a life. That is very impossible. If that would have been the case, we wouldn't have been created. We wouldn't have been created. I would like to take this moment to say a prayer. Dear God, whatever your name is, I don't know how to pray, but do help us. As a nation and as a people, we have suffered so long under this regime. We have suffered so long under this oppression. Do something in our days. I'm going to sign out, fellow Zimbabweans. Keep up the faith and keep on praying.